Grade Percussion. All right, chart 11.5, line 5. Get it out. I wrote in the counts just like the last lesson to speed up the process. As you can see, we have on measure 1, big 1 eanda, and a big 2, a little 3 with no slash because we're still holding out the sound from that half note, okay? So it's not a rest, and we're not producing silence. So it is a little 3 with no slash, and then ending it with 4 and. Measure 2, a little 1 with a slash, big and, little 2 with a slash, big and for those offbeat 8th note entrances, and then a big 3 with a little and then all big 4 eanda. Measure 3 of line 5, we have 1 eanda with a little 2 slash, the big and, so you have 1 eanda and. Cool? So feel that beat 2 and it'll help you out with the syncopation of the and of 2. And then we have 3 eanda 4 with a little and with a slash for the and of 4. And then measure 4, all big numbers and letters, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3, and then a little 4 to show where big beat 4 is because it's a dotted quarter note. So we're holding it out for like 1.5 beats there. We just want to show where beat 4 is. So it's a little 4, no slash because we're still producing sound in that dotted quarter note, and then ending with a big and, okay? If you need to pause the video and write in those counts, go ahead, but we're going to move on, okay? So measure 1 and measure 2. Let's count it, okay? With the pulses, okay? Measure 1 and measure 2 of line 5. 1, 2, ready, count. 1 eanda, 2, 4 and 3, 4 eanda. Do it again if you need to. Actually, let's do it as a class, okay? 1, 2, again, go. 1 eanda, 2, 4 and 3, 4 eanda. Play it. 2, ready, and. For the offbeat 8th notes on measure 18, the second measure of that line, please play those with your left hand because if we did have a beat 1 and 2, it would be with the right hand. So both of them will be with the left hand, okay? One more time. 1, 2, those 2 measures go. Left, left, right. Good job. All right, let's count the next 2 measures. 1, 2, next 2 measures, count. 1 eanda and 3 eanda 4, 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3, and do that last measure again, okay? Last measure, measure 20. 1, 2, ready, and. 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3, and. Now do the second to last measure, measure 19, the third measure of that line, okay? Measure 19. 1, 2, ready, and. 1 eanda and 3 eanda 4, okay? Play those 2 measures together, measure 19 and 20, the third and fourth measure of line 5. Play it. 1, 2, ready, and. So wait for that and. One more time. 1, 2, those 2 measures go. Good job. Play the whole line. The whole line. 1, 2, ready, and. Make sure you're staying with me with all the 16th notes and all the syncopation. One more time, and that'll be it for the rhythm example for today. 1, 2, ready, and. Good job. On to the next thing. Thank you. Percussion, it's rudiment time. So, what I have here, obviously, the single paradiddle. We got paradiddles going on today, okay? So, we have 2 measures up here, but just know that we're going to repeat those 2 measures, okay? So, first measure, you're starting with your right paradiddle, yeah? The right, left, right, right. Make sure that that first note is accented, okay? So the stick heights are going to be a little bit higher for those, okay? And you're coming down with a little more velocity. You just don't want to, you know, smack the crap out of the thing, okay? Just remember as you're playing, imagine yourself playing on an actual snare drum, and you know what I mean by that. If the snares are on and you're going for it, it's going to be really loud, okay? And we don't need to, you know, make enemies with the low brass right in front of us, right? So make sure that you're using good technique and just, you know, overall dynamics. Cool. And then, yes, the second measure is the left paradiddle, starting with the left hand, accent on that left hand, left, right, left, left. Cool? So we have the, and then left, right, left, left. Repeat. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. For this one today, since we haven't really gone over the paradiddle in in our rudiment face-to-face lessons, I'm not going to expect you to play it slow, fast to slow right now. I just want you to get this under your fingers. We're going to try a couple of different tempos, maybe a slower tempo, a medium tempo, and a fast tempo, so that you can really you know, pinpoint what you need to work on. If you're not really that great with the medium tempo, then let's go to the slower tempo. If you're at the medium tempo, you're like, yeah, I got this. Then let's try that fast tempo, okay? So we're going to start with a slow tempo for right now. Let me get a metronome out. Let's make it a little faster for the slow tempo. There we go. All right. So these are chord notes. We're going to play them as chord notes, as you see on the music here, okay? So use the music to your advantage. Really get it under your fingers, okay? We're going to start from the beginning. We're going to keep on looping until I feel like we're good, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Make sure you're bringing out that accent. A couple more times here, a few more. And if you're struggling with that, rewind it so you can do that slower tempo again. Let's bump up the tempo to a nice, like, I don't know, medium tempo. Let's go right here, okay? This will be our medium tempo right here. From the beginning, do the same exact thing. We're going to keep it on loop. 1, 2, ready, and. Left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Using good technique. Use me as a reference. Few more rounds. Using that wrist, closing off that gap, while still being relaxed, okay? Alright, let's do a fast tempo, okay? If you need to do that one again, please rewind. If you're good, let's move on, okay? Let's go right here. This is a bigger jump than what the slow to medium was, but I think it'll be good for some of the people that have it down and want to, you know, keep on going. Okay? This will be my last jump. If you feel like, yeah, that was fine, then please get a metronome out yourself and see how far you can push it, okay? This is currently quarter note equals 140, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Still using good technique. Higher stick heights for that accent, but not going too crazy. Okay, so yes, keep practicing that because that's a cool rudiment. It's obviously one of the foundations for percussion, so it's a very important rudiment. So keep on practicing. On to the next thing. Thank you. Percussion. At this time, please go to that playlist section on the YouTube channel. Okay, and I want you to go to that same tab, the mini scales for percussion, and we're going to add another one. Okay, well, it's not really adding; it's going to be just review. I want you to do in order the E flat, elephant flat, right? E flat mini scale, A flat, and D as in dog. D flat. Those three, okay? E flat, A flat, and D flat. Thanks.